Thanks for joining this Chainlink read. We open on every week the pair has traded, mirrored above and below a center line, so the whole life reads as a shape instead of a slope. The shape swells 5 years back, where it reaches $53. Today it is a thread, and the last finished hour sits 83.5% under that reach. 1 week in there carries a low of 1/100th of a cent, which no market printed. It is marked, clipped back to its own body, and dropped from every extreme, so the honest floor is 35 cents. The lit sliver at the near end is the last year, and it becomes the next frame in a moment. Watch how little of the shape it covers, because the year alone cannot tell you that. Here is that year, with time running backwards. Today at the left edge, the further right, the further back. 364 finished sessions, from 27.87 down to 7. Both extremes are wicks. The high session opened under 25 and finished under 27, and the low finished above its own opening. On bodies alone, this price sits 7.8% up the year, not 8.3. Now the near edge again. The 1,000 hours this count lives in cover about 6 weeks of that year, and floor to ceiling the window is 7.7% of the year's height. So, the hourly frame. The last finished hour closed 8.73, and the row after it is still forming at 8.78, so it is drawn nowhere and counted nowhere. That makes the file's own summary stale. On finished candles, the day is up 2%, not the 2.57 it carries, and strength is 52, not 57.6. The lower number is the honest one. 24 hours have finished since the last read here. The lowest print among them is 8.5, the highest 8.9, and that whole range sits above every level the last video published. Take that literally. The rungs were 8.1, 8, 8.27, 8.3, 8.36, and 8.46. All 24 closes finished above each, none below, none exactly on a rung. None of the 5 is a drawing. Each is a high or a low still inside this file, and the middle one is a retracement whose 2 anchors are both on screen. The ladder is decoration under the price now. So, look up instead. The ceiling of this window is 8.92, and here is the trap. Saying nothing traded above it proves nothing, because nothing inside a set beats that set's own maximum. The fact worth having is different. That print was set 392 finished hours ago, near the front of the file, and every hour since has failed to reach it. Today came the closest of all of them. The best print of this session is 8.9, 2 cents under the lid, and it is not merely the best of the last day. It is the best of all 392. And one record did fall. 3 hours before the last close, an hour finished at 8.88, the highest finish anywhere in the 999 hours on file. That includes the hour which set the lid. It printed 8.92, then finished under today's best close, so on prints the old hour still leads, and on closes it no longer does. Here is the file read a second way. For every finished hour, count how many of the 5 rungs sit under that hour's close and draw the count as a staircase running from 0 to 5. The staircase spends most of its life on the floor, 373 hours closed under every rung, and 183 closed above all 5, a little under 1/5 of the file. The climb is not gradual. The first 300 hours never leave the floor, and the top step is reached 14 separate times, most of them for an hour or 2 before price drops back through. One step is rare, 55 hours finished with exactly 2 rungs beneath, because those 2 sit 3 cents apart. The current stay on the top step is 32 hours, and one stretch ran longer, at 74. So, this close beats 963 of the file's hours, 90 of the year's days, and under 43% of the weekly life. A record finish, 2 cents short of the record print. Educational analysis, never advice. Subscribe so the next count finds you, like the video if it earned it, and pass it on.